Okay, YouTube. Hello. Welcome aboard. We're going to give 4K streaming a go tonight. See how that performs. And I'm going to try to pick up where I left off. I've been pulled in a trillion directions and none of them have been fantastic this recently, but sometimes the best things we can work on are when we have that anxious, nervous energy that we need to apply to something good. And that's how this project started in the first place. As a kid, I've been programming for a long time now, and mainly try to get on here and stream because it could be a very isolating process, even building social tools and stuff. And you also have to figure out how you're gonna, oh, that's loud. Let me turn that down a wee bit. You've got to figure out how you're gonna get people on and stuff. Let's just take this slow tonight. Start going through. Do a quick check. Make sure we're operating online okay. So let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like. All right, that works, I think. Just so you know, chat drives the avatars to the bottom of the screen, as usual. Got a handful of people that want to get on with me on this, but as usual, I end up getting on a wee bit too late. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's weird sitting in front of a camera. It's a little bit more fun and interesting when people engage in using the system. The hardest part is just getting through to that. We might have to restart this stream actually. It looks like YouTube is not too happy. So we have to do that. Let me just see what it says. All right, yeah, we're gonna terminate this stream and restart it. So give me a few seconds here. I'll be right back.
Done.
All right. Hopefully I didn't have to restart that actual stream there. Got to resize some windows though.
Meow.
Hey Walter, what's going on, bud? Finally got on a time that you're awake. Look at that. So I'm just gonna configure this live.
Over here dancing.
That's a good way to do it. Got to resize all this crap. That's annoying. We're trying 4K tonight. Let me know how that's playing out on your end.
Nice haircut.
Ha, thanks. All right, let me know how the 4K is coming through tonight. We're giving that a go, Walter. I called this Untitled Dev Stream because, you know, a bit over the place to say the least. So I got to kind of go through everything.
It's in 1440p on my phone stream.
All right, cool. Does it look okay? Can you see code? Let me zoom in. Which keyboard is this one? Let me know if the text is readable.
Oh yeah.
Alright, cool. That was my main
See,
concern.
fine.
Brilliant. We're also trying a 3-second delay on chat plus the 5 or so seconds that YouTube takes to process everything. Alright, so I'll look at this myself. Trying to get it to open, of course.
Down. Down.
I think you have to type move down.
Left.
There you go. Hello, Goldie is best. I'm not sure why I didn't read out your message there, but I'm here. Another day on planet Earth successfully completed. So we're working on an avatar chat tonight that's driven by the YouTube live comments here. I think what we're going to work on tonight is moderation layer. So we'll take a look at that. And then there's also further Twitch integration I want to do. Okay, interesting. Guys, if you want to give the chat another retest, I just want to make sure
Is it
that
day?
that was coming through. Well, it was day. We're at 12:26.
I mean, it is Reggie.
Woo-oh Goldie.
Right.
It's late here. I'm in Florida. Despite being in Florida, it feels
Right.
like my circadian rhythm is still Scotland, but let's see. You have to type lowercase move right. Walter confused you.
IMISSCLICKED.
Misclicked. That's not good. Where I'm from, we call that keyboard operator error. Okay. Let's see how that looks. It's kind of awkward coding on a vertical format, but it's the only way to get YouTube to send any views over. It's kind of like shite to me.
Instruction unclear. War keep.
I accidentally said RIGY.
You're okay. Are you interested in programming yourself? Stuff like that. Looks okay on phone. I can deal with that.
What is this game?
I like how you're asking like you don't know, but this is a Kynto. It's a quite extensive project, despite what you see on screen right now. It's obviously driven from the YouTube live chat, custom text-to-speech system. Every chatter gets unique voice, an avatar they can control, and you're basically part of the stream. You might demonstrate this as Walter if you end up joining tonight. We can share camera, all within Kynto. Looks like I have to resize the Kynto view. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Have to resize that again. I've been streaming at 1080. Decided to switch that over. Spend hours and hours configuring all this. Okay, let's close this. Pull that down a wee bit.
O.O.
Trippy stuff. Don't adjust your TV sets, it's just OBS. Alright, let's see what we've got here. So tonight we're working React, WebGL, Canvas, and Node.js. Make sure you drop a like on the channel and subscribe if you haven't already. It will help get some more folks on. If you're seeing this video, it's because YouTube thinks you're interested in science and technology. Oops.
I like the video.
You talking about the gator one?
Thanks for reminder.
Oh, okay. I can actually show that as well on stream. Give me a minute, okay. So, about a week or two ago, there was a giant gator in my yard. So I have a canal that runs through the north end that borders a big wildlife preserve. And this gator, one of the biggest ones I've seen out here that's alive, had a giant turtle in its mouth. So I'm going to see if I can find it. I'll go ahead and just play that real quick. A little show and tell. Might have to copy it over to get it to play beautifully. Yeah, let's just quickly copy it.
It's pretty puppy that just wants underwater hugs.
Yeah, sure it does. That's exactly what it wants. Copy this into the poll. And when I actually started videoing him, I seen there was another gator, I don't know, like 50 feet away from him. Just watching this guy eat his snack. Got to put this in. Give that a minute to copy. I have to work on my network in the house. I've got it running through 2 splitters and about 100 feet of Ethernet cord. By the time the internet gets to my streaming rig over here, like it comes out to like 102 megabytes per second. It should be not that slow. Well, that's going on. Pull up a video of a tornado from last year. That's not a tornado. Yeah. I swear I've seen something. Ten seconds. Kind of curious to see how bad this storm season will be tonight, this year. It's pretty bad last year. We're planning to close the main road here for 8 days, but let's check out this gator. So you see right there, it has a bloody turtle in its mouth. Huge. constantly chasing away people from messing with these giants, because I think it's the bird nest that's around front. There's a giant heron nest that has tons and tons of herons there. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. So if you look over on the left screen, stage left, you'll see another wee gator pop up. I was just watching. Look at him. That's another one. That's not the same one. Yeah, it's in my garden. That's what you risk when you live in Florida. Not all these songs are that good. Walter, what you got going on tonight? One of the things I wanted to do too was kind of...
Nice tiny CRT.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Got that for like $7 at Goodwill. Anytime I see a CRT, especially a small one, I want to jump on it. Got some vintage Star Trek playing on it, but you can't see that. Okay, so we want to redo the stream room here. That might lead into a stream room build off. Let's see if Walter's down for that. We're going to look at the moderation tonight. We're talking about the Twitch plugin, so we could connect
Me,
YouTube
I
and
talked
Twitch
with
together.
Jamil, can send you his new single.
Oh yeah, go for it. That'd be cool. But we want to integrate the Twitch and YouTube live chats together. That's why the moderation layer is important. Super high priority. We already have 1 or 2 layers running now, but I'm going to have everything run through the final filter, which is of course going to be powered by OpenAI. This whole concept, this whole channel here is about building and creativity, so we want to keep things to that. I did release updates that I didn't want to release. I did get those out, mainly to do with the chat system. I'm not entirely sure how well that's worked out, so I'll play around with that tonight. And we were also looking at Free.js, because I'm considering creating like a 3D UI with pass-through for the Quest VR. I don't think I'm going to go full 3D on this just yet, despite the fact that we can kind of piecemeal it. The way Kynto's built is it's all built on an event bus. A lot of the layers are disconnected from each other, but speak to each other.
What is
modular.
3GS?
I think Free.js.
Yo, how sick is they?
Let me pull up Free.js. So Free.js lets us build 3D right in the browser. I'm going to show just a couple of demos that I found interesting, and it has out-the-box support for VR. We'll be dealing with brain farts for a little while. Let's get back into this.
0.
Full 3D, and it performs brilliant. Of course, there's many options you can do when you want to do 3D. My first priority is always getting it to work in browser. I think the whole concept of having people forcefully have to download your programs as applications is a bit outdated and antiquated, and it puts additional barriers between getting your stuff in front of people. Also, looking at stuff like Unity, you have to deal with licensing requirements and all sorts of crap that I'm not interested in. And you're also separated, like abstracted so far from what's actually rendering your code in the first place that I don't like that.
That's in browser?
Yeah, we're in browser. So here's a little Minecraft demo that someone programmed. They're using like a Perlin noise library to generate a height map, and then they're looking through all those potentials and just rendering blocks. But imagine exploring kind of a Paper Mario version of Kynto like this. Yeah. And it performs brilliantly in browser. And in browser, you have full WebSocket support, so networking, all that stuff, you just get it for free. As you know, one of the core things about Kynto, how I have that built out, is we also leverage peer-to-peer for WebRTC. It's remarkable that that works. Lets us do video streaming, share screen, all sorts of crap. The performance is good though, like mobile, everything.
Mare Legend says hi.
Hello there, Legend. How are you doing tonight? Are you interested in programming or game development? So that'd be fun for like a sound visualizer or something like that.
Hello. Zero point zero.
Yeah, we'll just go through a couple of demos, help get the inspiration kicking in. Look, you see the reflection sphere, it's pretty nice. You should tell me how many polygons have been rendered.
Whoa.
Yeah, it kind of makes the web feel like the 90s or the early 2000s again, which I like.
At least 2 polygons.
But lighting and stuff would perform much better in a 3D environment than it does in a 2D. So in a strange way, it's actually going to be more efficient to move towards this than it is to render in 2D, which is kind of remarkable.
Now you are thinking with portals.
Portal would be really fun in VR, wouldn't it? I'm sure that Valve's probably got that set up.
Half-Life Alyx.
Half-Life Alyx? Oh, okay.
I want to play that.
take a quick look.
Its best VR game on market.
Oh crap. Yeah, Steam Link works really well with the Quest, so I might have to grab it. We'll have to see how much it costs. Using Kynto, I can share screen right into the stream here. So I might actually have to do that.
I hears it's Mario 64 as revolutionary.
Interesting. Yeah, VR can be incredibly immersive when you've not got £20 hanging off your head.
60 retail, 30 on Christmas sale.
Oh man, that's painful. Oh, but God, a good shooter might. That's going to be hard to say no to, Walter. Walter, we could actually play Pavlov on the Quest to stream that using Kynto to get some clips of that.
I agree. I'm def gonna pick it up.
Have you tried out Steam Link yet? Have you tried any games from Steam on your Quest 3?
Do you? Yes, I'd be down to stream that.
Let's get a list together. I also put
Yes,
down...
works incredible well.
Yeah, it does. It really, really does work well. I checked out Subnautica for it.
I picked up I'm a Cat on Steam Link.
Let me check that out.
It's okay. But I'm a cat in the game.
I like the style of that. Come on, everybody knows cats and tomatoes. That's more like it with the bud. Guys, go ahead, drop a like. Try to get some folks on, test the chat tonight, all custom coded, and just get warmed up, check out some Steam VR games while we get going here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you extend the video to full screen. The bottom third of the screen is all YouTube driven, and is actually what I use to compose the stream. I like how this guy doesn't care what you're doing to him.
You got that Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah, I still need to get past the bloody start of the village. You know, it's the same thing happened in The Last of Us. I get to a certain point and I'm just like, can I do it?
Lols, yeah, I get they.
It's floating in midair there.
First part stopped me dead in water on the first time I ever played it.
Reflections are one of the most interesting things for me in 3D. Because you're essentially rendering to a surface inside of a render. This is pretty cool. If you want to see some procedural generation for Web 3D, take a look and see what exists.
Wow.
And it gives me,
Message you on Slack.
all right, let's see what we've got to say. All right, catch you later, bud. Cheers for hopping on. When you look at some of these demos and desperately need of inspiration. If you're interested in development stuff, want to help the channel get some exposure tonight, just drop a like. In the past, I used to kind of build features for a couple of weeks and then come and try to show what it looked like. Now I'm trying to actually just develop, just document the process, because some people that code, want to code or want to get into it, think they're the only ones that struggle with it, and it's not true. You get a ton of experience and still, most of the time you are debugging, researching a new API. You obviously gain more tools over time and learn how things are done and what questions to ask Google, but it's a constant learning process. I really, really want to see something in this space. Let's see. So that's what Web calls their VR experience for Web. What would someone ask? What was it? What did it say? Oh, okay. Scared me for a second. WebVR was the name of the former API for VR for web. Let's take a look at A-frame. I love this. They're not only built for the web, they're built their editor for the web. Let's take a look at the code. Let's reload to get it back. Okay. So they're using Free.js still. System entity component. Something chill. Let's see, do I need another laptop for testing? So off screen here, I have my little iPad. It's thankfully one of the generations that lets you use it as a remote display for the MacBook Air. So I'm able to pull that up off screen here. This is a chat system I just released. It also acts as a stream panel. I could share screen in here. Pretty cool. That does remind me though. I use a chroma key on Kynto so the background acts as transparent, so I can play videos behind the avatar chat. When I used black for that, it worked for the most part until I had to, screen share other applications like chess.com. It's kind of cruddy. Now we're using kind of a green screen color, but that throws off the color green. And when you stop sharing your screen, it just looks wrong. What probably we'll do is take a wee break and then come back. should have known where my notebook was. So what I'm talking about by the event queue here, event bus. We use it for both the server and the client and the UI 3 times. So have some commands. I wonder if it mistakes. I'll try to type in float in chat, see if that works.
Float.
No. Okay, so I didn't fix it. Someone in a previous stream asked if I could code it so chat could switch to music. I did code the OBS plugin that works over WebSockets. But I'm not sure if I can control a track that way.
Kunst Erman says God bless you.
Cheers, buddy. God bless you as well. What are you up to? It's too much work. Interesting. So there's no way to have OBS WebSockets trigger a track skip or previous, but we can programmatically set the file that's being actively played. So make a little database table that contains all the possible tracks from the YouTube audio library that we could play. Could have it managed just by Kynto, and then just have OBS media source actually play it. And again, let's see what our options are for controlling VLC. Okay, so we could run VLC in an invisible scene, just capture audio from it, and it provides a web API where we can just send basic HTTP requests in order to control the scene, control the player, sorry. Find that AI is most helpful for me for sourcing breadcrumbs for documentation and stuff that I'm working with, I want to work with. Let's try and get ESLint working again. Why, that's annoying. God.
I just using Arch Linux with Sway without graphic environment, and I writing some of Pygamy code on micro text editor for Wayland.
Okay then. Definitely want to see what you have going on. Have you posted about it anywhere online? We could take a look.
Wait, I will open my laptop because it's difficult to see your code from my small phone.
Okay, I'll try zoom in as well. Yeah, and any questions as I get reacquainted with what I've been working on, please let me know. Appreciate you hanging out. Okay, so one of the key differences here between the YouTube live chat implementation and Twitch is Twitch actually lets us use WebSockets, so we won't have to have any delay for chat from there. That's kind of cool. So let's have to set up your event listeners, of course. You have to create your WebSocket and should connect to it. So let's have it here. WebSockets are just sockets wrapped, basically. Play the same song over and over again. That's so cool. Let's start. I have a little plugin system for both the client and server where we get some events such as load, unload, and then we can tie into the other event emitters to listen for messages from the actual rooms or other plugins. We're going to use the YouTube one. Let's get going here. Go. Looks like we don't have Twitch library installed. Let's go ahead and see what they have. Wish this object was clickable. It's annoying. Looking for the message. Let's see what GPT has to say. Okay, we have to generate an API key. So go ahead, click. Probably don't make use the same key as your stream key. So that the developer's console. have to enable 2FA. That's my favorite thing, 2FA. Oh. Let's see, is it the right number? Dogs are blocking the access to stand up. It's very annoying. Let's see what we got here. That's the correct number. Okay. Holy. Granddad would say, for goodness sakes. Oh my. So far it sent me a verification key to my email, my phone number. Now it wants me to use the authenticator app. Okay. So now we should be able to generate an API key here. It's important when streaming. Black out your screen. Quickly ready to change your keys. Do not put them in your source code. Don't put them in any type of file that you open, develop. Secret servers, stuff like that. What do you mean account doesn't exist? I just logged in with it. There we go. I tell you, it's been a weird week. I'm not kidding. Just have to take this energy and apply it to something positive. And coding and building stuff. There's worse ways to spend time. So that's that. Okay, here we go. Let's create an application. It needs an OAuth redirect URL. Just what the API key. we could just get away with typing localhost. So we're not actually going to be using this for client-side stuff. Just write a server plugin. That's it. Category. Guess it's a chatbot. Game integration. Okay, cool. We got a key. So that means we'll start connecting to the WebSocket. We're going to be working on local tonight. Mess up production. Working in nodejs for the server layer. And we're going to be connecting to Twitch's WebSocket API. Let's see what the URL is supposed to be. The goal is to essentially take live chat messages, same as I've done for YouTube, populate them into the avatar chat you see below me. So it creates an avatar for the speaker, moderates the message, and also lets them control the avatar. After that, we'll have YouTube and Twitch all connected as one. Really interesting. Okay. Let's start installing our dependencies. These are the 4 different components of Kynto. There's actually 5 or 6. Kent native apps and the Electron app for Steam. We're jumping into the server tonight. We have to install at twitch-js/chat. Just be at Twitch here. It's been a wee minute. What the hell is this package in? It's a problem using VR even for ideation as a hallucinate so much that it can only kind of help you get in the right direction. It doesn't do it for you. Even identifying package names and stuff, it sucks at. There's a TMI library. What is this? It's out of date. We don't want that one. Let's just search get there. Okay, let's check NPM. created. So what's next one?
Your project is interesting and it looked good.
Appreciate you. I really do. That's cool. Where's my cameras? Looks like I found a recently maintained library. Twitch and OBS. TW Purple. And just so you know, I have a couple of videos on my channel that kind of properly demonstrate some of the stream tools that I've brought into it, because that's how I basically rebooted the project. Is it's like the avatar component, what you see is actually just one part of it. It's also what I use to share my screen, the cameras and stuff like that. It lets me invite other people onto the streams as well. Which is pretty cool. Do you know anything about WebRTC? That's what I'm using to do the networking layer of this. lets us do peer-to-peer all on web. And that way, you can offload media streaming and stuff to the client and then capture it with something like OBS to YouTube. Don't have to try and run a server infrastructure. There's also certain privacy concerns that I believe that alleviates. And I use a little wrapper on it called Peer.js. Let's go. I think we'll take a wee coffee break. Make sure you do join the Discord if you can. I think it's in the description. When I actually stream regularly, YouTube does reward that and send other programmers over, other people who are interested in this. When I don't stream regularly, I can't speak tonight, they punish me for it. And it's a tiny channel, but there's been a couple of times where it's been absolutely popping. No idea why it keeps it. It's a bit of a nightmare. Shit doesn't fall. Right, be right back. Should probably code a BRB screen. Still be able to hear even when I'm not here. That's the cool thing about this system. Right, we're going to try out the WebRTC camera share. Step outside. Show you a street light. Looks like I need to enable background streaming, so give me a second. It's a wee bit fuzzy, doesn't it? Let's mess around with the resolution settings here. It's all custom coded. Let's just try. The resolution looks terrible for some reason. I'm going to step outside. See how it works out there. Let's try it one more time. A little bit better too. Avatar layer is in the way. Alright, it's coming through smooth on that. E64 Mini. Got real Commodores here. I'll play with as well. Well, I'm going to go test that outside. I'll leave this mic here. Use the mic on the phone. Yeah, right back. Oh, I'm going to push a quick change because this has been annoying me for a minute. When we're in vertical mode, the draggable popover disappears and turns into a model. So quickly fix that, and then I can show you my build pipeline. I use Jenkins for that. It's going to take a wee minute for me to remember. This project is composed of literally hundreds of different files. Is vertical enabled? Should be. It's reacting to the screen change. So let's search for is mobile viewport. I must be checking that somewhere. So this is the code for the chat and stream panel. We're looking to see why the popover mode disappears. Oh, better just search everything. It's the chat.js, so I doesn't find it there. And then we're looking for is mobile viewport. Okay, so that's right here. So it is mobile. Okay, so we disabled it. Draggable, that's for cell phones. We'll just have it checked to see if it's a touch screen. That way, cell phones still get picked up by it, but it's not being captured from my vertical screen here that I have a capture card on. So I'm going to go ahead, test that real quick on local. Simulate a vertical screen by just closing this in. Click chat. I have to reload. Hot reload does work for React, but sometimes it doesn't. So we're missing all our setting controls here. So, yeah, it's still triggering it. Well, that's because we're in rendered toolbar. So this case is capturing it. That was the issue, so let's get rid of that. See this logic here? It's only supposed to trigger the model window if the variant is set as such. This React property was overwriting it, so that should fix it. Quick reload. There we go. That's what I wanted. So let's do the Jenkins build process. We're just going to commit this change. Here we are. This is it. So doing a quick PR review, all I did here was remove this wee check, so the logic falls through to the render popover. Let's go ahead. There's one more change down here. Let's see what that's doing. Okay, that's fine. Wait, oh, right, commit message. Do not prevent popover mode with vertical screens. Upload it. Then we will get our Jenkins pipeline up. This is running on a local server and right next to me actually. But Mike is just very good at cancelling out all the noise that I have going around me. Second. We're going to scroll down to our UI layer. So these are all different build pipelines for all the different layers that compose the project. In this case, the UI layer is called game for some reason. The game aspect is actually called client, so I might have to rename it. Now I have it pushed to Git. We'll just be able to click build now. Have it build running here. And we can watch the stages. So it's going to do a test build, then it's going to create all the necessary directories. It's going to grab our production environment files, populate them. It's going to delete the template.env, and then it's going to archive it, basically make a big tar file. And then it's going to connect over SFTP and upload that to Amazon. And then we don't have to do anything other than reload. So as soon as I open up on my phone, we'll be good to go. Probably takes about a minute, 30 seconds for the build to complete. Let's add an additional color key here. Actually, let's release another quick change, because this green screen thing is messing up my flow. App CSS. Just return that back to normal. So as soon as this build completes, we're actually going to run another build. While that's getting set up, I'll go change my chroma key. I have to switch scene for that, I better be quick. Let's take a little status check. Okay, so it's populating. Built for. Done. All right. I just pushed out another update to this. We're going to run that process again. Oh, that's cool, Diego. Habbo Hotel is what got me into programming when I was a kid. And my screen's a little messed up right now. I'm releasing a quick bug fix, but consider this like a Habbo Hotel room driven by YouTube live chat. You get an avatar and it's supposed to read your comment out. I'm going to do a quick reload in about a minute or two and you'll be able to see that working. Let's run this again. Which hotel did you play, Diego? I remember the Spanish hotel was one of the bigger ones. .us. I got into coding because I couldn't afford Fernie and Habbo. Couldn't afford it. I was like bloody 11 years old when I found it. I was obsessed with it. I got into making private servers, and eventually that led to me wanting to figure out how to make my own games. Led to a job path and career doing that. If you can, Diego, go drop a like and subscribe. Help bring other folks that miss Habbo as well. That's cool. Yeah, I think, yeah, you remember rooms would run their own little Habbo Hotel armies and stuff. And you get paid in Fernie coins to sit there and recruit people. Definitely remember the days. All right, let me do a quick reload over here so we can get text to speak back working. Right.
Diego Ignacio Alvarez Espinoza says it was like a pyramid scheme, but I get some decoration.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I remember Fallen Fernie and stuff like that was always rigged. fix the chroma key real quick. So disappear while I fix this. Much better. Okay, yeah, all these avatars are all people that have interacted with the stream tonight. It's been a pretty quiet night. I've been developing this for some time and streaming quite a bit of it. Not as much as I'd like, especially as of recently. Cool. So we've got to change there. So what makes this a little bit different than just playing Habbo Hotel is this is what I actually use to do my streams. I coded a whole stream panel and it lets me share screen, share camera, share microphone, and invite other people on. So if you go ahead and subscribe, you get to see other people hop on throughout the week, show me what they're working on, and play stupid games like as well. And some more serious games like chess, which I'm not very good at. Leave this up. I'm going to step out real quick. Oh no, it bugged out. Yeah, welcome to live development. Docker compose down. Looks like our poll interval was a little too high and I still have a bug to fix. Where if I can't get hold of the YouTube API, it just dumps out all the messages I've got repeatedly. What an absolute mess. So we'll overload that. Hopefully I didn't burn the key for tonight. We'll find out in a minute. Actually, let's do build for this up. So I did include fixes. It should fix this. Okay. Something went horribly wrong in Docker. Rebuilding with some bug fixes, which should hopefully prevent that YouTube timeout issue from occurring. Appreciate you, Diego. Have a good night. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you can, so you see it again. Curious why YouTube doesn't have the WebSocket API. It wouldn't run into that issue at all if it did. Maybe it does. Nope, just a polling API. That sucks. It's 7 years ago. You can use web sub. Okay, server's back up. Here's all the instances we're running. We have the server itself, we have the database, Mongo, we have a reverse proxy, to manage everything like SSL. And then we have our injector layer, which grabs the latest client code from the repo, or the repo that builds the deployment, and then downloads that when we connect. So we should be able to go ahead and reload, restart, point comments, if we didn't burn the API key tonight. So you're going to see a bunch of messages appear and avatars spawn from the live chat, if it works. Got to grab the video ID. And the YouTube API will give me the live chat ID from that. Pull all the comments in. We'll put a 5-second delay on it. It seems to be the sweet spot. Darn, I think I burnt the key. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. That's a very bad bug. Let's see what we can see on local. Oh, it pulled the comments in a local. Wonder if I'm using a different key there. Didn't they spawn avatars? Oh, here we go. Spawn everything in. Ash. YouTube probably blocked the server ID to protect themselves. That's beautiful. Oh, okay. We could try in a different room. Guys, let's take a look at our server logs. Under Google Console. Wasn't that guy. Oh, bloody hell. We're going to switch the key of screen to another account. And should be good. Get that to release. Pop back into the code. Push a server change. I really can't have it blow up like that though. It's unacceptable. So this is where we make an actual request, fetch like chat messages. Runs essentially in a timed loop. And once the API errors out, it just causes chaos. Absolute chaos. Here's our loop. Okay. We might have to, we might be missing a catch somewhere. Get live chat. Get live chat messages. Here we go. Are catching. What's the problem? Step through the logic. Start from the top. hard to debug something that's only giving you problems in production. What's going on here? Should just be terminating here. Yeah, too confident and I'll skip that goal. Oh, I didn't push any of these changes. Oh, God. So a couple of new commands also going out. I fell asleep immediately at the end of the day at work, and slept hard. So getting to sleep tonight is going to be difficult. It never is easy. Okay. It's passing the total tiles. We'll let users control how many tiles they can go. We'll put a maximum on it. Shite. rather it crash the server than burn up the API key, to be honest. We committed that into Git. We're going to go ahead and run a build process. First, we'll take down our server. Okay. Go back one directory. Hop over to Jenkins. We'll hop into our server instance. Run the pipeline. Hopefully this works as expected. Oh boy. Take a quick break while it runs. All right, let's see if this is finished building. Go ahead and test if we can pull YouTube live chats again. Looks like it is. CD enter directory. Docker compose up, build, detached. Nope. Wait for this to come back up. Even though it's been a quiet stream and things have went wrong, we did get 5 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. YouTube did send some people my way tonight. Just no one's interested. That's okay. Okay, server is back. Go ahead and reload on our streaming setup here. And do the same computer over here so I can populate the chat and live ID. Oh, it immediately crashed. Docker logs. Let's try that real quick. Give that a second. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And it's funny because I can only debug this in YouTube setup while actually running a live, so it's a bit frustrating. See what it does when we try and connect on local. It's likely going to throw an error somewhere. Yep. Let's take a look at logs. I need to split token. Which file? A YouTube file. A plugin layer. Line 79. Ah. Let's start it up again. Build that. quick test on local with the video ID. Nope, not happy. Okay. Wait for it to come back up, we'll test it more quickly. Local server is back. Key is working on local. Didn't spawn any avatars in. Still push it up, see what happens. Okay. Oops. Our Jenkins build process again. Push it to get. Hit build now. Build 173. Then we'll have to wait a minute or two to bring the container back online. Since the key's still working on local, I think it's the IP that was at least temporarily blocked by YouTube by the polling mechanism going astray on production. Still uploading it. Hopefully that completes soon because it's done. All right, let's go restart our container. Give it about 40 seconds and then we'll attempt to repopulate the live chat ID. Okay. Let's see if we're back. Grab the video ID. Open up our settings panel. Okay, put a 5-second delay on it. Hit click, start polling. Cool. Hold in the comments. All the avatars spawned. So live chat system's back. I don't know if I hardened it enough. Find out. Pull it back up on the bottom of the screen so you can see. I have to switch room here. It's a stream cube. Pull that up. We're back in business. I'm going to switch around the screen order here a little bit. Just going to do it live, why not? So first we'll pull this up. Set it here. Then we'll pull our cameras down. Should it takes the screen out. Something like that. All the avatars you see are chatters that would interact with the stream. The timeout loop is not active, so they're not timing out. But one thing at a time here. Pull this down. Activate that. Okay. Do a quick test. $144 total comments pulled in. It should say 145 in a second. Let me make sure that the audio has been captured successfully. Okay. Let's try out some commands in a second. It's muted still, let's try it.
Testing without mute. 12,345.
Cool. Okay, we're going to test one other thing. We're going to step back outside and check out the WebRTC functionality. That's what lets me do all this in stream, but I think it's helpful to show additional camera sources, especially wirelessly. It really gives you more of an idea of what this is actually doing under the hood. Let's pop this down. It's about at 6%. That's just perfect. Alright, if this all works, it should pop up on the screen outside. Alright, let's see if audio's coming through. Sounds like it is. There's not a whole lot to look at out here, especially at night. But there's a street lamp. This is using WebRTC. And put down my I'm just speaking through the phone here. Let's grab this light. Hopefully that's shown up in the background of the stream. Dogs have gone mad. Yeah. During the day tomorrow I'll get the outside internet restored. Been doing a bit of gardening, so carry on with that. This is an example of WebRTC streaming to YouTube. Let me use all sorts of different devices to put media streams together. YouTube live portrait mode only lets you have one additional person on stream. This system lets me have as many as I want. I can hop in and out, show off projects, or just shoot the shit in a game. Right. Well, let's look at some notes. Um, I'm going to play one of my recent videos just to get it captured on stream. It kind of explains all the features that have been coded on here and demonstrates them all. Okay. Where is it? That's right, Firefox doesn't have audio sharing tab, does it? Let's check real quick. I don't hear anything, so guess not. We'll reload in Chrome. So kill that instance. Chrome gives me some more options with shared desktop here. Yes, shared tab audio. Yep. So I pulled in from YouTube. So people that type into the line. That works. We'll disable the chroma key for a minute. That's why I coded it to use a little green screen, because black is annoying, but just keep on it to weird issues. We'll move the window down. Let this run for a second. Now, what's unique about this is these avatars are actually pulled in from YouTube. So people that type into the live chat, their messages get moderated, and if they pass all those filters, they get read out into the stream. It also creates an avatar up there. This guy right here, that is my pinned chat message right there. So we've seen all this before, right? Like avatar chats, nothing new. But what I've actually been working on is making this project more of a stream aid. If I click chat up here, it gives me this panel with all these very big, clear and concise buttons that tell you exactly what this is. So I'm going to go through each one of these little features, demonstrate it in action. And as previously mentioned, live chat is tied all into this as well. Okay. So the first button we have here is the avatar mask. What's cool about that? Let me do that on another screen over here. It's an unfinished feature, but I'll go ahead and show it anyway. So if I close this chat window, share my camera. All right, so if you see my face of my character right here, that's that first initial feature. So I'll go ahead and kill that. It's still work in progress. The next feature is just simple. If you don't want to share your camera, but you want to stream your gameplay or building something, you can do that. You click this wee button. Move it to view. Basically streams the game. And if I do this from my other computer over here, you get to see my perspective on my development computer. Cool. There's 2 features down. So I'll go ahead and leave that up for right now. Over here, we have the microphone selector. This makes it possible for you to wirelessly use different devices, such as your Steam Deck or your phone as a microphone. When the whole idea is you can easily bring in guests or even just multiple of your own devices. Use this, or I can have it be a dedicated camera angle. Just select something that won't output anything, click it. So that's what this is right here. I'll click end. So the next feature we're going to look at is the camera. These are all the video devices I've connected to this streaming setup right here. 3 capture cards and a ton of webcams. All right, let's go ahead and just hit this camera right here. We'll make that main. Pull this down a bit. And shrink the avatar chat. So this video is being streamed in wirelessly through Kynto. Pretty cool. You can switch what is the main focus in real time. So I can actually share my camera over here as well. Oh, unlimited angle. Let's just switch out dynamically or wirelessly. Very cool. Wanted to get that captured. You can hide, you can mute. You have resolution controls. This menu is not complete. Let's switch this back into a popover. Pull this out of the way. The next feature, shared desktop. So this is really cool. This lets me stream gameplay from a Steam Deck right into a YouTube stream. You can start it and then drop it off, but I'll just go ahead and start it. So that's my Steam Deck there. I'll just go ahead and launch Portal or something. There's my Steam Deck library. So it's literally real time. And the latency is low enough that it's actually playable. So I can actually sit here and play using this as a controller while looking at the screen. Could do a game of Halo, but this is probably a bad time for that. So we'll just do Portal tonight. Give that a wee second to start up. While it's doing its business, I can also screen share from another device or another computer. So what else we got? Let's share OBS instance. Well, let's share Visual Studio. So now I'm streaming both from a Steam Deck and my other computer here. So I can switch through this dynamically. I can stack them. If your monitor is desktop and not vertical like mine, you would have a little bit more control. So let's just go to game, see what the latency looks like. It's all streaming wirelessly. This is built out using React, WebRTC, WebSockets, WebGL, Node.js. This is definitely a big meat and butter part of this, is the ability to just literally take anything that has a web browser and be able to share screens. So if I terminate my Visual Studio, which is up here, I'll go ahead and terminate that. I'll select this up. If I click create link, that lets me bring someone else on. So say if someone that's very cool hops on a live chat and has a project they're working on, I want to see it, right? Click create link. It generates a guest session, which automatically signs them in. It starts a video sharing session. There we go. All right, it's not picking that up, but the screen capture isn't grabbing that. But basically, I have a little window here where I can send an email, or I can just copy the link, paste it in Discord, whatever. They come in, they see this exact stream panel up here and have all the same options. And you can evoke that time. You are the room host, so you can control who is able to share, what they're able to share. Maybe you just want to share a microphone. You don't trust them with a video. Trust everyone. You can also send files over this. This is still a work in progress. This is all peer-to-peer. It doesn't go to a server first. It's not like uploaded to Amazon S3 or anything like that, and then you get to it. It's just a direct connection. Now that gets a little bit more complicated when you start talking about NATs and various network configurations. Turn servers are mandatory in those situations if you want to bust through that. But in principle, that just sets up the routing. And for the vast majority of people, it doesn't even require that. And you can also trigger a call. So say someone comes on and we're unable to successfully share the camera, whatever reason, you say call. They would see your video immediately up there, and they would have the option to pick up video. They basically give them a selection like this of what camera they want to select. Would have one already selected by default. All the meanwhile, I could still be playing Portal in the background, or someone else could be. We could both be playing Portal and sharing our tricks or secrets. But the main focus of tonight was just getting on here, demonstrating this stream aid that I've been working on. Drop a like or subscribe if you want to see how I actually coded this thing, or if you want to ask any questions. Please feel free. This is about the internet. Yeah, good stuff, especially if you can build new tools in it. All right, appreciate you guys. Focus more on the development. Anyway, really glad I got on to at least show this. One other thing. You can select your audio output device without having to use system settings. And just keep in mind, this is all a web browser. Yep, audio output lets you control where the audio goes out. You don't have to worry about doing that in your system settings. This is all in Chrome. You don't have to install anything, although there is native apps and there's a Steam Deck app in the works. It's just a web link. No download, no install. You can get kicked off of the stores so easily for nothing, and the amount of time and investment it takes to get up there is remarkable. And it's just becoming more and more as time goes on. The one feature I haven't got done yet is on camera. I want to add tap to focus like you have on Android or iPhone. The APIs for this and the HTML5 standard basically are pretty primitive, but there's points of interest properties that should let us kind of replicate that a wee bit. All right, cheers guys.